truce for President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping as they finalize a trade deal Trump says benefits both sides on some key economic and security issues. Joining us now to discuss is former Trump White House economic advisor Steve Moore. Good morning to you. You know, Trump in those deals did reduce Chinese tariffs in exchange for commitments from Xi Jinping to buy soybeans, allow exports of the rare earth minerals we desperately need, and also in exchange for a crackdown on fentanyl. How important, Steve, was this meeting between Trump and Xi yesterday?
Well, it certainly sounds like it was a productive meeting. And this is important. By the way, the financial markets certainly want to see an end to some of this trade turmoil that we've seen with China. On the other hand, Jan, it's so important that Trump get the best possible deal he can from Beijing and that he has enforcement of these agreements, because it's almost like Reagan when he used to negotiate with the old Soviet Union. Right. You know, you had to trust but verify and make, because look, the Chinese will cheat and they will steal. I'm not talking about the Chinese people, I'm talking about the government there. And so it's very tricky to make sure that they're going to carry through with what they agreed to when they signed these agreements. But look, for China, it's very critical that they have access to our markets, Jan. I was looking at some of the statistics. 1/3 of the Chinese economy is dependent on trading with the United States. So they cannot grow their economy if they don't have access to our $20 trillion consumer market.
Correct. So as much as we need maybe some of those rare earth minerals, or we need them to buy soybeans or whatnot, they need us a lot more. You're exactly right about that.
That's for sure.
The Fed cut rates as expected on Wednesday, but you know, the big question is, will the central bank cut interest rates in December? You know, Powell yesterday is talking about this policy divide, the lack of federal government data and all this stuff. What's your thoughts?
Well, I did watch Jerome Powell's speech yesterday afternoon, and I thought he was overly glum about the condition of the American economy. I mean, as I look at it, things look pretty darn good with the U.S. economy. We have record high on both the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. We are seeing, you know, really good. By the way, in Omaha, Nebraska, where I am at right now, I was passing the gas station, $2.69 a gallon.
Wow, it's amazing.
Gas.
There in Omaha.
Gas prices are low. You look at the, you know, the situation with manufacturing, it looks good. So I think that Jerome Powell has been behind the curve on lowering these rates.
Yeah. And also, too, we'll see how December plays into this and the government shutdown without having some of that government data he's talking about. You know, we talk about the wins that Trump got in Asia, but we're also seeing the wins he's getting also with candidates who hold similar policy positions as him. I mean, look at Japan, look at Argentina. We had Trump-backed Javier Milei and his party scoring this decisive victory there this week. How significant is that win for the Trump administration and really for foreign policy?
Well, I think I predicted on your show a number of months ago, actually when Trump won his election, that we would see Trump populist, kind of pro-people candidates emerging around the world. And that's exactly what has happened with the big win for Milei in Argentina, who's a free market guy. You saw what happened in Japan. They've got a more populist, this new woman who is the prime minister will be a more of a populist, who power to the people. Yeah. And I think people around the world are tired of arrogant, out of control and corrupt governments. And this is, in my opinion, a positive development. You know, Argentina 100 years ago, Jan, was one of the richest countries in the world. And then they went with the Perones and they destroyed the Argentina economy. So this is a big comeback for Argentina. Huge. And it was a big victory for prosperity.
He also had this "Make Argentina Great Again." That was one of his campaign slogans. So he really embodied Trump when he was running. As we look at the markets this morning, there are two mysterious trends we're seeing with gold and the value of the American dollar. Why do gold prices keep rising, and doesn't that trouble you?
Well, it's a mystery. It's a bit of a mystery because the gold price has gone up 50% over the last year. So anybody who invested in gold made a lot of money. Gold is always happens when people are fearful about the future of the economy, and they're also fearful about inflation. But I think you're going to see. I think you're going to see a reversal of that trend. I mean, Trump is. If we can get this budget done, I think also investors are very nervous, Jan, about our massive national debt, which is now what are we at 38 trillion now? I mean, the number just keeps going up and up and up, and neither party seems to do anything about it.
Yeah. All right, we have a lot to talk about in the coming weeks. Former White House economic advisor Steve Moore, great to see you. Best of luck to you there in Nebraska.